Hello, my friends. I wanted to make a little video telling you a little bit about my book and just let you know how much I have so appreciated everybody's encouragement and it just, I don't know, it just makes me feel really blessed to know there's so many people like supporting me in this right now. This is a huge step for me. Anybody that knows me personally probably, I don't know what you would think if this is something that I would ever do or would have done. This is an idea, or I guess an urgency that I've had inside of me, I guess, for at least 10 plus years. I think maybe sometimes I mentioned it to people about how I wanted to write a book, or I felt like I was supposed to, and it was always interesting how I would have like, over time people would actually say things to me like, you should write a book, or if you wrote a book I would read it, kind of stuff. And it was always about like my own personal life and like things I've been through. And I found it really interesting over the last couple of years as I've kind of been on my healing journey personally, even prior to that, going through a lot of things and being more open about things I've been through, how people were a little surprised to hear that I had kind of faced a lot of trauma in my life. And so I knew in the back of my mind that I always probably would share some of that in a book, but I did not expect the book to be what it is about. I have never openly shared all of my giftings, I guess you would call it, or abilities. I don't really know how do you, like, I hate putting like terms and like logical words to things that I think that everybody probably has, but maybe don't know that, or maybe haven't come into the understanding of it, or maybe some people are gifted in this way when others are gifted in a different way. But I am somebody that always felt different in the world. I always felt like maybe I don't know, there was always just something, like I always had this weird sensing of like I didn't fit. I didn't fit where, it didn't really matter where I was. I never fit there. And I always felt like I was trying to like take my square self and stick it in a circle everywhere I went. Like I never quite was able to like fully embrace myself in any setting. And through my healing and coming into really just accepting myself more and allowing myself to be in tune with my own truth, I have found myself not needing to fit, I guess, not feeling like I needed to take my circle self and stick it in squares in the world, because that's not where I belonged. And so the book talks a lot about that. It talks a lot about some of the things I went through growing up. These are very hard things for me to put out there. These are things that only my therapist has heard many of this about. And it took me years to even speak it out in therapy. I've been in therapy many times throughout my life, even when I was a child, and never did I speak out these things. I never told my story the way that I am now. And I know my story is not unique. I know that many people have gone through abuse. Many people have experienced things that I have experienced. But I have felt compelled to bring it to the open, because I feel like many people feel like maybe their story didn't matter, or that it's done and over, let's just move on. And what you don't realize is, even if it happened a long time ago, if you were a teenager, if you were a little kid, whenever it did, it is still is affecting you. And I want to help people to heal and become powerful in themselves and not feel like they are circles trying to fit in squares in the world, because we all have our place. We all have our giftings and reasons for being on the earth. So in the process of writing this book, which I attempted many times many years ago and just couldn't get it out of me, this last year, it literally just came out. It just poured out of me. And so I will openly say that I have always had abilities to kind of communicate with the spirit world. And so when my dad passed, I was in a really weird place spiritually, because I wasn't really sure. I was really transforming a lot of my thinking, and I was really confused where my dad went. And when he passed, it was very shortly after, I would say probably maybe 3 months after, he started to come visit me. And so I have some of the stories in my book about that, what he told me. I actually had some experiences where I went into the spiritual realm with him and with spiritual beings, which we on earth, some people would call them spiritual guides. I've had some angel visits. I have actually had other family members come and visit me. I've had some friends, family members come in, talk to me and give me messages for them. And I will say that I hid this gift for a very, very long time because I was fearful of it, because I had been taught that it was bad or demonic, or, you know, just these religious programmings I had in my mind. And then also because of my trauma and the things I went through in my life, I was scared of these things. Like, I would sense things, or I would see things, or I'd hear things, or I'd know things before they would happen. And it scared me sometimes because I didn't really know what it was or how to handle it. And so as I've been able to heal and kind of take off layers of my trauma, I have been able to align with that part of myself and accept it and know that it is real. And it has been really positive. It's been such a beautiful experience to have communication with the spirit world, to have understanding of what it's like on the other side of this veil, basically, that we live on in this matrix world that we're in. So you will find some of that in the book. I do talk about some very hard things that happened. And some of it is not in great detail. There's one story in the book that is in great detail, and I will tell you that even in going back and editing with my editor and trying to prepare the book to be released, even I had a hard time rereading my story. So I encourage, whether you're a man, woman, by whatever you believe, like whatever you are, be kind to yourself and allow yourself the patience to read through the book. And if you need to put it down and get it back up, you know. But the whole purpose of it is to help people heal and to feel empowered and to know that you're worth more than maybe what you are limiting yourself to in the moment. So that is a little snippet about my book. The title Leaf Lessons actually comes from a spiritual vision I had back in, I believe, 2006. It had to have been around then. Between 2004 and 2006, I had some pretty crazy things happen to me spiritually. And then I did have a vision, like an actual vision about a leaf. And so I know you guys all know I like, at least the ones that follow me on social media, you know I'm like a huge hiker. I love being in nature. And so I'm sure some of you think that, you know, that might be why. But the reason I love nature is because of the vision. So it kind of goes hand in hand, but it's kind of the opposite of maybe what people think. I love nature because of my vision, because I came into the understanding of energy and how we're energetic beings and how nature is energetic and how to align myself. And I will tell you, I have already started a second book and it will have more of that kind of information in it to help people understand that a little bit more. So I am super excited. I am so nervous. I have been preparing myself for bad reviews, good reviews, all of it, because I know people are not gonna like it. I know people will like it. I know I'll have people that are like, oh, it's okay. And the reality of it is I wrote it because I felt like it was my calling in life. And so I'm putting it out there, and this is going to help me to understand that my worth is not based on what anybody else thinks. It just is. My worth is based on the fact that I am just worthy. So, all that being said, I am so excited for you all to read my book and to hear how you like it, whether you like it or not. So I encourage you to be watching. It should be completely done within the next, my editor is doing the last read through to make sure, you know, everything's spelled right. And, and then my goal is to have it published by next week. So within probably the next 5 days. So send out your good energy for that. Those who are local around me, you will see that I have all these amazing things here. I do energy healing and Reiki healing and sound healing and meditation, in, you know, classes and stuff. And so if you want to experience any of that, or you're curious, or you want to set up a session, and you want to do like some energy healing, some Reiki, let me know. Let's set up an appointment to get you in here, get your energy aligned. And I will tell you, because of my giftings that I usually pick up like intuitively or psychic things while I'm doing it. So you might get a message from a loved one, or you might just have a message come out about something in your energy that needs to be healed. So I don't ever know when I work on somebody what is going to happen. So I can't really tell you. Anyways, I will end the video now, and I just want to thank you again for your support. And I feel so blessed that I have so many people behind me in this, and I don't know. I feel good. I feel like I can't say enough that this truly is just like birthing my purpose. This is what I was meant to do, is write this